How dare you show your back to me? Slave!
Remove your helmet and tell me your name.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Get ready, folks, because after 2 decades of anticipation, Gladiator 2 is finally hitting the screens. The sequel is going to be a whole new beast compared to the original 2000 blockbuster. So, what's the deal with Gladiator 2? Despite its long and winding journey through development, with various story ideas, one thing's for sure, it's happening. Fans and critics alike fell in love with the first Gladiator, showering it with 12 Oscar nominations, including big wins for Best Picture and Best Actor for Russell Crowe. Now, fast forward to today, and guess who's back in the director's chair? None other than Ridley Scott himself. He's been steering this ship since the early days of planning, navigating through the different scripts and creative teams. Remember that wild concept where Maximus comes back from the dead? Yeah, thankfully that ship has sailed. Instead, we're in for a treat with a brand new storyline by David Scarpa and picked up by Paramount. Amidst the chaos of Hollywood strikes in late 2023, Gladiator 2 managed to push through and wrap up filming in early 2024. The relief and excitement were palpable as behind-the-scenes images showed the joyous celebration of this milestone. Despite the long and tumultuous journey this movie has endured, including delays caused by strikes, the completion of principal photography marks a significant achievement after 2 decades of anticipation. Mark your calendars for November 22nd, 2024, because that's when Gladiator 2 will hit the big screens. With the grandeur and spectacle synonymous with Ridley Scott's productions, it's safe to assume this sequel will receive a full-blown theatrical release, offering audiences the ultimate cinematic experience before potentially landing on streaming platforms. The cast of Gladiator 2 is shaping up to be quite massive, with notable actors joining the ensemble. Paul Mescal, known for his stellar performance in Aftersun, steps into the lead role of Lucius, the son of Roman Empress Lucilla and Lucius Verus. Fred Hetchinger portrays Emperor Geta, a role initially rumored for Barry Keoghan, adding depth to the historical narrative. While some details about the characters remain under wraps, a slew of returning and new cast members promises an engaging cinematic experience. Denzel Washington portrays a formerly enslaved person turned wealthy arms dealer with a vendetta against the emperors, while Connie Nielsen reprises her role as Lucilla, Lucius's mother. Derek Jacobi joins the fray as Senator Gracchus, with Joseph Quinn, Pedro Pascal, and others rounding out the ensemble. In June 2001, talks about a sequel or prequel to Gladiator began, with David Franzoni possibly returning as a screenwriter. The following year, a sequel was announced with John Logan as the screenwriter. The plot revolves around Rome being ruled by the Praetorian Guards and an older Lucius searching for the truth about his father. Ridley Scott confirmed that the story would focus on Lucius, Maximus's secret son. However, developing the exact story proved challenging. In May 2006, Scott mentioned the difficulty of continuing Maximus' story after his death. Discussions ranged from bringing him back to life in a fantasy element to keeping a historical approach. A script by Nick Cave involving Maximus as an immortal warrior tasked with stopping Christianity was considered, but ultimately rejected. Financial issues halted development in the 2000s, but in 2017, Scott expressed optimism about the project's future. Discussions with Russell Crowe to reprise his role as Maximus were ongoing. Finally, in 2018, Paramount officially greenlit the sequel with Peter Craig as the screenwriter. Chris Hemsworth approached Crowe in 2021 to co-produce, and the script underwent revisions by David Scarpa. Paul Mescal was cast as Lucius in January 2023, and other original crew members returned. Filming began in June 2023 in Morocco, but a fire accident and the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike caused delays. Production resumed in Malta and wrapped up in January 2024, setting a record for the largest rebate issued for a film production in the European Union. Russell Crowe won't be reprising his role as Maximus in Gladiator 2, as the character met his end in the first film. However, there was some hope among fans to see Crowe return, and he even expressed a bit of envy toward Paul Mescal, the new lead actor, in an interview. Despite this, Crowe praised Ridley Scott's direction for the sequel, calling it a very smart idea and wished Mescal the best of luck. Crowe mentioned that while he hasn't been approached about the sequel lately, he understands that the story moves beyond Maximus's passing, so his involvement isn't necessary. He acknowledged Mescal's talent and expressed support for the direction the sequel is taking, particularly focusing on a young Lucius stepping into the role of Emperor. In Gladiator 2, set over 2 decades after the original, Lucius will be the central character, carrying on Maximus's legacy. Witnessing Maximus's bravery and sacrifice firsthand,
Lucius is safe.
Lucius was inspired to follow in his footsteps rather than claim his birthright as Caesar. As a grown man, Lucius will likely find himself facing challenges both in the arena and in politics as his ties to the past resurface to test his resolve. The first Gladiator film, a beloved classic of the 2000s, left an indelible mark on pop culture with its iconic moments. However, the sequel is taking a risky step by breaking a crucial line from the original. With Ridley Scott back in the director's chair, fans are eagerly anticipating the long-awaited sequel. Gladiator 2 will go into the world of the gladiators years after the events of Maximus and Commodus. While many details about the sequel are still shrouded in mystery, one fact has come to light that signals a departure from the first film. Gladiator 2 won't fulfill the original movie's final promise, as it can't reunite Maximus and his close friend Juba. In the first film, Maximus and Juba fight side by side, forging a strong bond. As Maximus meets his end, Juba vows they will meet again, but not yet. However, it seems this reunion won't happen in Gladiator 2. Fans may feel disappointed to learn that Russell Crowe's Maximus likely won't make an appearance in the sequel. Additionally, Jimon Honsu's Juba won't return either. While it may seem disappointing that Gladiator 2 won't honor the final promise made in the original film, there are compelling reasons why this decision is actually beneficial for the sequel. Reuniting Maximus and Juba would require going into the afterlife, a concept that the first Gladiator subtly explored. While leaving this aspect untouched, the sequel maintains the elegant balance that made the original so captivating. Furthermore, shifting the focus away from Maximus and Juba allows Gladiator 2 to carve out its own identity. The new cast of characters deserves their time in the spotlight, and bringing back old favorites could overshadow their development. In essence, while it may initially seem like a disappointment, Gladiator 2's decision not to revisit Maximus and Juba ultimately has the potential to make the sequel a stronger and more engaging final product. Despite the anticipation surrounding Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2, the film faces significant challenges ahead, particularly with Russell Crowe's absence. Scheduled for release on November 22, 2024, the biggest question looming over the sequel is whether it can live up to the legacy of its classic predecessor. With the recent disappointment of Napoleon, the pressure is on Scott to deliver, and the absence of Maximus is one of the biggest hurdles the sequel must overcome. Rather than ascending as Caesar, Lucius will continue Maximus's legacy, possibly as a gladiator. Pedro Pascal and Denzel Washington join Mescal, attempting to fill the void left by Crowe. However, while Washington's character may serve as a suitable replacement for Maximus, Crowe's absence may still be keenly felt. The original Gladiator was not just a critically acclaimed film with 5 Academy Awards, it was also a box office juggernaut, grossing nearly $500 million worldwide on a $100 million budget. Crowe's star power undoubtedly played a significant role in its success. His established presence in Hollywood, bolstered by previous hits like LA Confidential and The Insider, along with critical acclaim, contributed to Gladiator's appeal. Coupled with Scott's reputation as a director and a well-executed distribution strategy, Crowe's involvement helped propel the film to massive financial success. However, Scott's track record doesn't guarantee success, as evidenced by Napoleon's recent flop. Furthermore, Mescal's lack of experience leading a major film may not significantly impact the box office performance. While Washington's presence may attract audiences, his role as a supporting character limits his impact. Ultimately, Gladiator 2's success at the box office will likely hinge on the enduring love for the original film. As Gladiator 2 gears up for its highly anticipated release, all eyes are on its new lead star, Paul Mescal, to make a splash at the box office. With filming wrapped up and the release date looming, projections for box office success are buzzing. While Mescal garnered acclaim for his role in the coming-of-age drama Aftersun, which earned him an Academy Award nomination, the film's box office earnings were modest at $8.3 million. Despite his talent and youth, none of Mescal's previous films have surpassed this figure. Given the enduring popularity of Gladiator and the anticipation surrounding its sequel, Gladiator 2 is expected to shatter Mescal's personal box office record. In fact, with Gladiator's monumental $500 million box office haul as a benchmark, there's speculation that Gladiator 2 could even surpass the combined box office earnings of Ridley Scott's last 5 films. What are your thoughts, guys? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.